What's going on, my people? Welcome back to another success journey breakdown of two business owners in the Hustle Secrets community who generated over $100,000 with their faith-based business in a little over 6 months. If you're new to our channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join our community of go-getters and entrepreneurs making waves in the e-commerce world. And that's a good way to help us grow this channel and also reach new people. So thank you for that. In today's video, we have Raoul and Breonna, whom I believe are the perfect example of perseverance in business. When they first came across the Hustle Secrets, they were struggling to make consistent sales for their brand. Their story as a couple is so powerful because they started with just an $800 bonus check from work. Yeah, which they could have spent on maybe a fancy dinner or clothes, shoes, bags, whatever. However, they chose to use that $800 check to start a business. Today, that same business generates 5 figures monthly in revenue for them, and they have made over $200,000 since they started working with the Hustle Secrets. So, how did this happen? Well, get your notes ready because you're about to find out right now. So, Raul, for those who don't know who you are, I know some inner circle people are actually watching the live. So, can you talk about who you are and like what business do you have, and are you the only one in business? Just give us that brief introduction so let's know who we're dealing with. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, so my name is Raoul, and my wife and myself, we have a business called the Good Fruit Gift Shop, and it's a faith-based business, right? Just like you mentioned. um it's crazy, man, because when we started it, I was actually working full-time, and my wife was she's a stay-at-home mom, and one day I got a check, and check from my former job, and it was nothing too heavy, you know what I'm saying, but something enough to do something.
A little chunk, a good chunk of
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it was a little $800 check, man, and when I got it, I was talking to my wife. I'm like, "Yo, what should we do with it?" And she was like, "Yo, we should start a business." I was like, "Hey, whatever," you know what I'm saying, because that wasn't even accounted for. So it was like, "All right, we'll do it." And I'm like, what kind of business should we do? Whatever we wanted to do, we wanted to make sure it was around our belief. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to do something we didn't believe in, you know what I'm saying? Or something that, we wanted to do something that meant something to us, and we could actually still be true to ourselves, if that makes sense, with whatever it was. So we we started, we was like, okay, well, let's start doing t-shirts. Cool, I'm with it. You know what I mean? So we did research, and like Reese is the research king, research. And I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the things that y'all help us really enhance a lot more. Like, I mean, it's on another level right now when it comes to the product research. But long story short, we started to really look into the situation really heavy, like, what kind of shirts, what shirts is the most popular shirts, all of these things, things that we started to look into before we even spent a dime on it, you know what I'm saying? But we took that money and bought us a vinyl cutter and a heat press machine. It is my wife, Bree, right here.
Hey, y'all.
Let's go, Bree. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, so we went and bought that vinyl cutter, man, and 10 t-shirts, 10 shirts. We bought 10 shirts, just something to get the ball rolling. And we just, she started to create different things, man. We put together the website. It wasn't the best, you know what I'm saying? But it was actually, we started on Etsy. We started on Etsy first. And the reason why we did that was thinking like, okay, nobody knows us. What's the best way to get in front of a lot of people instantly? And Etsy was the way. So we did it. And Etsy is tricky because, like, you can't see all the things that's going on in the back end, you know what I mean? So but that first year we was able to do pretty well. And we did like 20,000 the first year. And this is out the gate, you know what I'm saying? So it was that, for me, that was affirmation, like, okay, we got something here. We got, we can actually do something. You know what I mean?
Yep. It was validation for this dream and idea. So first year, you were able to do 20,000 the entire year. And That was on Etsy because they were driving the traffic to you, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And that was
So,
without ads or anything. But so we was trying to figure it out, but it still wasn't really, we couldn't get a handle on it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Where after that, we kept doing it, word of mouth, community and stuff like that. And eventually we Etsy kind of put a little strangle on us, like, yo, okay, you need some business information in here. You know what I'm saying? So that pushed us to get an LLC.
The more you start to make on Etsy, they're like, oh, tax information, where's your EIN number? You're like, oh, snaps. Now it's time to make it official. So then once we were able to do that, then we started looking more into Facebook and stuff, and we ran across you guys' ad, and we had already bought a course, but we were having difficulty with it. I think we weren't ready for it yet. So and that course was like $2,000. And then
all right, let's $2,000. Okay, I'll put that in my notes. Where's my pen and paper?
We was ready. We was like, sure, let's just do it. And then I think we about a year later we saw you guys' ad, and I was like, Raoul, let's try them. He's like, I don't know. It put a bad taste in his mouth. He was like, I don't know. I was like,
keep it a
well,
buck.
it's only $100. Like, let's just do it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was super salty because I spent all this bread on this one course, bro, and it was like you guys' course and that course is night and day, bro. And I was like, I did the whole thing, and to be honest with you, when I was done, I still couldn't do what what you guys taught me how to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, then we took your course. It was like, wow, this is different.
And you paid $2,000, and then you paid $97. That was the old price. This is like 2 years.
We was with y'all from way back
then, right? Yeah, you said you were just in the background. So 97 versus 2,000, and it was a world of difference. And I wanted to highlight it because a lot of people, we have even like the 4-part formula that we sell right now. We just started it recently, which is just kind of like a quick overview course, and we're selling for like $4 or $9. The price has been like $9 or $4. And some people buy this and just sleep on it. So, and some people, we have thousands of people that bought the same $97 course that you guys bought, and they did not even crack it open. So, like Reese will always say, sometimes people go to the doctor, if you go to the doctor and get the medication, and you take the medication and you put it on a table with a glass of water next to it, and you don't take the medication, nothing is going to change. Right. And that's what's happening with people. And I'll give them some credit. Sometimes some people have, like in your case, you already spent some money on some of the course and maybe got like a bad taste. And maybe you were skeptical, but the moment you pulled the trigger and bought the other course, you still went through the process of cracking it open and implementing it. There's a saying that knowledge is only powerful when you apply it. Knowledge is power, yes, but it's only powerful when you actually take action. And that's one of the things I would say was very, very unique about you two. You're action takers. Action takers. So if you were someone listening to this live and you were in our community, you bought a course, and you're one of those people who buy courses and just leave it be and don't even implement it, then you are playing yourself, because you already have the solution to what can at least give you that first boost. We're going to talk about the mentorship and what that did for you. Right. But that initial, at least, understanding of what's going on is crucial. Reese, go ahead.
All right, Raoul, I'm going to take you guys back a little bit, before we even get to the course, and we're going to dive into that course very, deeper. All right. So you guys made a decision, man. Sometimes your wife did amazing, man. Just telling you, hey, let's start a business with that check, man. He's someone like, yo, let's go grab something to eat, go shopping or something like that. She thought long term, you get what I mean? Long term is like, listen, how can we turn this money into something that will actually continue to give us money and pay us? Someone may probably have looked at the money to be not enough to start a business, but you took a leap of faith in it and you kind of initiated and started. Now let's talk about when you guys started, right? What was the hurdles that before you even realized that, hey, I'm going to sell on Etsy and start to make some money on Etsy? What was the process? I know there was excitement. You had the money, you started, but I bet you probably burned through the money. Like, man, So give us the back, let's go back to when you started, you guys started everything, how was the process then before you even realized you needed extra help to buy another course? Before we get there, just give us the beginning phase, struggles. Yeah.
So all right. So the number one struggle, because keep in mind, we just got an $800 check. Okay, we gonna go into this business thing. So, but we didn't even go straight into LLC or none of that stuff yet, right? So we bought the equipment. By the time we bought the heat press and the vinyl cutter, the check was gone. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, this was like before COVID.
Mhm.
So the heat press machine, we was able to get it at a decent price. Now that stuff is up there now. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, so we spent the $800, that was gone. But keep in mind, I was working. So now I had to pull money out of my pocket to actually fund for the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we started with like 10 t-shirts because we didn't want to go all in because we don't want to burn money. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like, and we still keep the same formula today, right? So when I say that, what we did was when we put the money in and we started to actually see the shirts selling, what we did was, and I tell this to everybody that, I talk to about this, even brothers and sisters that's local that we talk to, we kept the money separate. So like whatever came from the business was strictly business money. We wasn't taking, we made $2,000 go, blow it on, whatever. That money was going right back in. So it allowed us to actually grow our inventory, enhance the stuff that we use to make our job easier. You know what I mean? So now the business literally started to fund itself. You know what I mean? So pretty much whatever came in from the business, we just put it right back in, you know what I'm saying? And kept flipping it. And eventually, I mean, it's different now.
It's
different.
different.
That was a tough part right there. That right there, not to cut you, I was just gonna say this. I think the main thing is making sure that you don't burn your money or just go spending it like it's liquid funds like that. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Got it. So I like that, man. $800. Now we're gonna talk more about that $800. Now $800 is right now. You could talk to someone like, oh, I don't have enough money, but I bet you to have more than $800 in your pocket, and they're still waiting to make $5,000 before they start. But you guys kind of took that $800 right up the jump and they kind of ran with it. Now, when you talk about sales started coming in, when you kind of invested $800, now have to invest some of your paycheck, your regular, you working and putting money into the business, this sales start coming in right away?
Nah, it was spotty. I mean, it would, it's like this. Like I say, it's not linear. You know what I'm saying? It'll come in, then you have like, crickets.
Silence.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, eventually just being patient and, consistent, like I said, in the first year, was able to do 20,000. That was crazy.
Right. Now you saying being patient and consistent, that's something that we hear a lot, but a lot of people, it's easier said than done. If do you have something that motivated you? Like, listen, or is it because, man, I invested my 800, I need my 800 back and I need profit, so that was my source of motivation? Or was it something because a lot of people, when they first started, they don't get a type of sales or the number of sales that they're looking for. It's easier for them to put those machines away or those heat price away and just be like, you know what, $800, I don't got nothing to lose. Whatever, if I bought 10 t-shirt, probably cost me another 200 or less. I don't got nothing to lose. Let's move on. What kept you moving when you kind of saw like, okay, you hit a break? Okay, I was excited about this. Now it's not as easy as I thought it is. What kept you guys motivated?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna let her tell you as well. For me, it was a simple fact, so I got 5 kids out of my wife plus myself. So for me, it's like, no, that's not even in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It has to happen. Now, my thing is, I understand a pivot, you know what I'm saying? But we're not getting off this foot. You know what I mean? And that, for me, that's what drove me. And that's what motivates me to this day. Like, You know, I've strong, like, you know, I spoke with you guys, man. Salute to the mentors, man. You know, I firmly believe we got a multi-million-dollar business. We just got to get our traction. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what motivated me. What was your motivation?
Well, honestly, so I had my first son in 2016, and since then I've been stay-at-home mom. Before that, you know, went to college and everything, but so yeah, since 2016, I've been a stay-at-home mom. And for me, the reason why I said let's start a business because I needed something different in my life that I could actually work on at home and still be able to, you know, feel like I'm doing more meaningful things besides just pouring into my kids. So what kept me going is actually knowing that, you know, we have a faith-based business, and I wanted to actually put stuff towards the things that I can do basically for the Most High towards that. And so he worked a full-time job the entire time. So I just kind of like did what I could do while I'm homeschooling and while I'm you know, here at home. So that's what kind of helped me to just know that I'm helping to contribute to my family. And even when things get slow or things get hard, at the end of the day, it's not really for us, it's for other people. So that's what helped me find meaning in it and stick to it.
Stick to it. Man, always have some meaning to something, honestly, because that kind of pushes you on your lowest point. Sometimes you think rethink those. It's like, okay, now I have no choice but just to continue going. A lot of the time we don't have that, you know, we don't hold ourselves accountable, or we don't have that motivational source coming from something very important. So it's easier for us to just up and leave. But you guys went through it. Now, even with all that, now you guys started seeing something. You kind of, what made you guys go to, instead of Shopify or anything like, what made you guys start off Etsy? Did you hear someone talked about Etsy or anything like that? What made you guys start your business with Etsy?
I knew about Etsy, and I knew that it was more so for people who had small businesses and who wanted to personalize things. And I also knew that it was free. Basically, you didn't have to pay like a monthly fee for it. They just took a cut off of. So it's like, whether we make sales or we don't, while we're starting up early, at least they won't be taking extra money from us. And I'm not sure if we knew about Shopify at the time. We may have. But we did end up getting Shopify like the next year after we started Etsy. We ended up adding on Shopify because we saw like, okay, people are actually liking this. We're about to actually get our business established. And it seems like now Shopify is the way to go because
and that period, you guys was making sales with Etsy already before you move on Shopify.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now give me the transition from Shopify from Etsy to Shopify. What was the sales in terms of when you guys moved from Shopify doing good, doing $20,000? Now you guys, which is a year, so you guys was doing some type of numbers. When you moved from Etsy to Shopify, what was the numbers the same or different?
The numbers is different. Well, it was still the same on Etsy, but Shopify was it's hard. It's like
how much I pull it up?
Yeah, she about to pull up the numbers.
Yeah, probably
it was the numbers were still good because of our Instagram. We really use the Instagram platform as a real. We wasn't on Facebook at all, but we was on Instagram tough, and you know, everything was organic. We wasn't running any ads. And you know, I believe the first year we did what, 40,000.
Yeah,
we did 40,000
Shopify
the first year,
and there was still about 20 on Etsy.
Yeah, so we did
Etsy.
Yeah,
okay.
So the following year, so the first year we did 20,000 on Etsy. The second year we did 20,000 again, but we did 40,000 on
Shopify. Okay,
yeah,
that's good. That's a good transition. A lot of the time it's different platforms and different ways of people buying, and customer behavior, you know, habits is different from each platform. Sometimes someone could start from Etsy doing great numbers to come to Shopify. They start off slow, you know, in the early stage, you're not going to see the same sales coming in, the same amount of sales coming in for your Etsy. But once you continue pushing, that's when you start seeing some traction and seeing some buttons coming in.
I want to say something real quick. That wasn't during COVID now at this point when you made the transition.
No, that was 2020.
It was 2021.
2021. Yeah, so that was like right in it.
Right in COVID.
Yeah.
So
it was COVID,
so
right?
that
21? 21 was COVID?
no,
I don't even remember. I think it
that
was
was it. Yeah, that was that period.
matter of fact, yeah. So I'm sorry. So we started the business, we started our LLC in January and COVID hit in March. So you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that period, and like Reese was explaining, a lot of times when people make the transition, like especially post-COVID, because it feels like we're post-COVID, right? I mean, right now, you might see that dip in the beginning, that it might feel rocky, but you guys were blessed to like this. I feel like the stars aligned for you, because during that COVID period, there was a huge boom in people just shopping online more and more.
Right.
So I'm suspecting, I might be wrong, but I'm suspecting that could have been part of why that transition was so smooth, that you went from 40. Yeah, it was very smooth for you guys. So yeah, that was good. That was good.
All right, that's what's up. So now, at what point did you guys realize that you needed help to the point that you invested $2,000 into a course?
Well, for me, it was when I realized that, you know, like Spence say all the time, you know, looking at the numbers, we was doing pretty well without any ads. So now it's like, okay, if we put an engine behind this, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the thing about it is not every. Let me say this, like the way you guys kind of formulate the situation is different from my past experience. Like she said, when I took that first course, I did the whole thing. You know, same kind of energy that I was in the mental, you know, and with you guys, the same kind of energy. The thing about it was, I felt like I was left hanging. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. So when she presented it to me, I'm like, you know, you kind of, you kind of did that already.
You already did this already.
Yeah, you know, if anything, you know, in my mind, I'm kind of like, yo, we'll try to let's see if we can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But then it was like it's a win-win, because we believe in what we're doing. We know that it's a solid thing, and it's much bigger than just the money. It's the message that we're trying to put out there. So we know that, you know, it was like, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? We did it, and I mean, out the gate, when I started the program, I was like, wow, you know, Reese was on there, you know, hey, I'm like, okay, I'm following everything you're saying. And it was all coming together, you know what I mean? It was a whole different experience, you know, whole different experience. Me personally, I got my brother right now. I think he probably watching this live stream. Just this weekend, he signed up with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I tell everybody about it.
Yeah, we was like, sign up for it. It's only $100. Yeah. And he's like, it's $500. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Today's price is not today's price.
Yeah, he getting on.
Yeah. So the last 2 years price ain't the same price today.
Yeah. Man, this is dope. So now you come in, you finally got the course, you started, you know, milking it, you know, understanding it, you know, implementing some of this stuff, you started seeing results, boom, you kind of made a decision, listen, I need more. Right? A lot of the time when people get comfortable because they've gotten, you know, hooked and gotten so comfortable because, hey, I'm making 2-3 sales, you know, my sales is coming back up. But even with that, you still, you know, knowing that, okay, now I understand, I'm getting more clarity with what I got right now for the $100. I'm getting more, you know, a better understanding, you know, I'm able to now run my ads, I'm able to get some sales. Yeah. Why didn't you stay doing that, but actually wanted to move on to the next level, which was coming into the inner circle?
So with me, I'm like, I'm all in when I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? And like, to be honest with you, I believe in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? I believe in, I seen through me actually dipping my finger in the water with the course. I was like, okay, this is the real deal, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I seen how implementing the stuff that I seen in the full mastery was working. So I was like, okay. Then when you guys first introduced it, we was actually supposed to be a part of the first cohort, but we were still trying to figure out. It was a lot of stuff going on with orders and all of that. So we was there, but we wasn't there. So then eventually, but we actually even sent out because we responded to the first time y'all set it off. We responded to the email to get in. But like I said, somewhere down the line, we got distracted, but we jumped in it again. But the main thing is the fact that
Yes, sir.
I'm a very studious person. Like, I like to know what makes it work. I don't want to just do it and not understand why it's happening like this. You know what I'm saying? Or what does this mean? So for me, I like to know what I'm doing. I don't want to just do stuff. You know what I mean? And I felt like going into the mentorship, I'll be able to fully understand this side of marketing, which is not taught to us. You know what I'm saying? This is like it's like a hustle. It's a hustle secret. You know what I'm saying? Literally, they don't tell you this. They don't have no school for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hit different, man.
So now you come into the hustle secret. You started asking questions, like you say, you want to see why this is working, why that, and you started feeling some type of uncomfortableness, and finding your common ground. Because some of the language and everything, even though you have watched the course, not everything that you guys understood,
Right.
to that level.
Right.
And I remember there was a time you had asked the question, yo, what did you guys, I think that was Loretta answered that question. It's like, what did you guys learn all this? She's like, from this program. And I feel like that also gave you some type of motivation. Now, coming into a settings that even though you're comfortable, but not to that level, and you see like everybody's at like a different speed, how did you pace yourself to even get better? Because I know things wasn't like, even though you watch the course, you could watch the course, but doesn't mean everything you understand, everything, or you got everything packed. So coming in and being able to find your common ground, being teachable. If not today, I didn't even know that you had already taken a course, because you kind of forgot those courses and kind of stick to what we was teaching and became super teachable. How did you deal with that? Because someone may come in and feel like, oh, they know more than me, so I feel a type of way. But you was able to overcome that and just even come out even better. Tell us, how were you able to do with that?
Well, the thing is pretty much trust in the process, right? One of the biggest things that I learned in this journey, starting a business, is not skipping those steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, all right, these are people that have successfully done what I'm trying to do. So if my mentors or my coaches say, hey, I need you to run from A to B as fast as you can, then that's what I need to do. And wherever that track leads me, that's what I was willing to do. Basically, I was showing up every day. You know what I'm saying? You guys, okay, there's a call, I'm coming to the call. One of the things that I talk to my wife about it all the time, I'm a firm believer that if it's important to you, nobody has to remind you to do it. Kind of like your bills, right? Nobody has to remind me to pay my rent. It's important to me, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Same kind of thing with this. This is important to me, so I showed up, to all the calls, and the Saturday calls, everything. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how you're gonna get it, right? You might get it by just sitting down and listening, or you might get it by doing it while they're saying to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I tried both ways, and I was just trying to be an empty vessel and get poured into, man. So I was there for the whole thing. I wasn't trying to waste no time with it. When when it was all said and done, I wanted to make sure that I understand what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And why I'm doing it.
Man. Yeah. That was strong. That was strong, man. That was strong. All right, perfect. So now you come in. We're going to come back to the quote that you gave. That's fire. If it's important to you, nobody has to tell you how to do it. We'll come back to that. Now you come in, you start seeing traction, started seeing some sales going, your sales start picking up, all of that. Now tell us how that felt, when you started seeing all of those sales coming in. It will come in and it will stop. Then we have to find a different way to actually get you up. Tell us the process, man.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful process, because I understand that it's like working out, right? You don't go to the gym and just walk out and you like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? You gotta consistently show up and do the work, right? like my shirt said, it say faith plus works. You know what I'm saying? I believe in what we're doing, and we have to put the work behind what we believe. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's my driving force. But I mean, I really love the grind. I love the grind. I mean, even up to now, like right now, we in the trenches phase, but I love it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm over here trying different things. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Because in the niche that we're in, Facebook threw us a curveball, right? So it's a little different. You definitely you have there's a lot of testing, because when it comes to faith-based products right now, you're gonna have to test stuff, man. You gotta test stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because the way it's set up right now, it's not as simple as you're gonna need help. You're gonna need help. If you in this particular niche, faith-based apparel and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna need strategies for sure, because just throwing spaghetti at the wall ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And I use the stuff that you guys showed me, still testing right now. But like you say, when you get that traction, we know what our winners are, right? But right now it's the creatives and all of that, just putting the formulas together that you guys gave us. I firmly believe that when we find it again, because we found it before, when we find it again and we rolling, it's up. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the grind though, man. I take it on. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about that.
You just said something that kind of stood out, taking the knowledge that we provide, and basically, even if you're not in a mentorship, implementing this stuff could be like, sometimes a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think it's just me just coming in a mentorship, and when my period is over, let's say when I'm done with the mentorship, that means that's it, I'm done. You kind of learn. We don't do it for you. We teach you how to fix, right? We give you we guide you throughout the whole route. All you have to do is to document it, and keep implementing it, right? That's a lot of things. And all of this is more about testing. Maybe we could be, okay, listen, look at the numbers. Let's go here, guide you through it, right? But it's all about you. Even if we give you the guidance and you're not kind of implementing it, you're not kind of using it, it doesn't make no sense. You understand what I mean? You are not getting what you actually here for, because you are not implementing. Being a mentorship doesn't automatically guarantee you 100% success. You have to show up like faith and work. You got to be consistent and work at the same time, right? You come in every day. You never miss the call. Every call, Raoul is on it. Anthony called, Francis called, Raoul is on it. Why? Just because you know what you actually here for. And a lot of the time, people don't see it that way. So you kind of came in, believed in it, consistent, and you put in the work for everything that you did. And boom, you had your first highest month. What was your highest month when you was in it?
Highest month was we did 30,000. That was in February.
Right. And, so you did $30,000 in sales from 1 month. And this is you doing $20,000 in 1 year, right? So now you could see, like, having that guidance and coming in and seeing that, okay, not only just the guidance, seeing the environment of people actually winning and getting those numbers. It's like, now I have no choice but to actually win and be able to hit those numbers. When you hit those numbers, I know for sure you didn't want to go back, because it's like you want to first do your first $500, right? The moment you hit $500 and you do $1,000, you don't want no damn $500 no more, right? It's like, I don't want no more $500 no more. I want to stay at 1,000. The moment I start doing 2,000, I don't want no $1,000 no more. It's like a human behavior when it comes to that. So now you go from that, and you kept going up and up. You kept doing the same kind of around the same equivalent numbers, right? What changed from you just doing $20,000 a year into doing $30,000 a month? What changed for you?
I think one of the biggest things, when the light really came on. So we started the mentorship in August 14th last year. And I remember October, because I was still doing the courses and, on the calls. I remember October. There was something that you said, Reese. I'm gonna tell you, this was a game changer for me. This is when we hit the corner. I started realizing, like, this is crazy. when you was talking about Google Analytics, bro, Google Trends, when you brought that up on one of the calls, and I was like, huh. And I remember literally going on the computer and just typing it in, you know what I'm saying, and doing what you was talking about, not skipping those steps, doing exactly what you was talking about. And it was basically telling me right now, hoodies was trending at that particular time. Now, keep in mind, we got hoodies, but we wasn't really pushing hoodies. You know what I'm saying? We was pushing the t-shirts. So now we look at this and it's like, yo, this is what it is. Okay. So we actually took our bestseller, put it on a hoodie. That month we did the most we ever did since we had the business in a month. We did like close to 16,000 that month. You see what I'm saying? And it kept going like this. And then Black Friday came. Black Friday, I was like, yo, I'm trying to keep up, right? Because everybody like, yo, listen, Black Friday coming, we gotta, I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. But, you know, just always taking things in bite-sized pieces allows me to actually process what's going on. And I mean, Black Friday was pretty dope for us too. You know what I'm saying? And what I did, the way my mind works though, I'm a firm believer that if I do it once, I could do it twice. If I could do it twice, I could do it 4 times. You feel me? And that's what keep me going too. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I try to keep in my mind and stay focused on is the same kind of, if I can apply the same kind of strategies that you guys showed us, like for like around the Black Friday times, if I implement those same kind of, you know, aggressive strategies, but, you know, tactically, you know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know, that's the way to get it, you know what I mean? To get there. That's one of the things that I see. But that's when everything turned the corner, man. You know what I'm saying? And in February, that's when, you know, those same hoodies, we started selling them like October, and then those things was blowing up all the way till the end of, like, pretty much like the end of March.
There we go. You just nailed it. Season product, I call it, and me and Spin call it product calendar. Right? You want to understand your product. At what time do you start them? At what time do you kind of pull back on them? At what time do you? So on your calendar, you could have hoodies, the seasons of hoodies. When do you actually start selling hoodies? You could start on your calendar. When do you start selling t-shirt? When do you start selling those sets together, right? Not just only you, every business. Someone may have a bestseller. Like I said on the last call, we have a product that we sell seasonally, getting close to Christmas, right? And it's been the past couple of years, and we've been selling the same product we don't sell throughout the whole year, but getting close to the end of the year, because we know that's the season for it, right? We go for it. Having Google Trends kind of gives you an idea of what time it actually start picking up. A lot of the time, people kind of jump on trend when it's already plateauing to actually fall. You understand that? So hoodies time is almost plateauing, like maybe 2-3 weeks, and now that's where everybody start running to get hoodies. And the moment they get there, by the time it will take them a week to get the inventory, by the time the inventory comes, the hoodie sales is dropping. So now you get stuck with them.
Yeah.
And when you get stuck with them, that's the problem. But you said something here. You said you just didn't even go in and just do hoodies. You took what was working already and just put it into the new trend that was coming, which is from a t-shirt to a hoodie. So you just selling the same product, but you offering it to people in a different way. A lot of people may not think like that way. Even though I share the information, me and Spin share the information, but guess what happened? You kind of implemented it in a different way that I didn't even tell you to do. And that's the beautiful thing about being into a mentorship, or being able to take what we give you and turn it into, make it your own and make it work for you. Right. It doesn't have to be word by word what I tell you, but you have to also now not just getting the information from us and applying it to your business the way it works for you.
We need, look, gems are dropping left, right, and center, and I'm afraid some people are missing all these gems. And I want to make sure people are paying attention, because there's so, like, literally the last 3 to 5 minutes of talking, a lot of gems that could change people's lives just got dropped. I don't know if people missed it. So if you're listening and you're paying attention, type in a 1. Let me know you're taking attention. If you're taking notes and paying attention, type in a number 1. Let's see who is engaging, who is actually paying attention to what's going on here. Let's get everybody. Type in a 1 if you're really paying attention to what we just talked about.
Right? So you took it and you made it, and boom, the sales just started coming in. It's like a thing for you. But, you know, it's beautiful because a lot of people don't understand between these seasons. And sometimes people have seasons, but it's not even the right. They kind of make it up. I remember one of the calls who was on and someone said, hey, I sell seasonal product. And I was like, seasonal product? She's like, yeah, my product, she was selling candles at the time. It sells during the Christmas time. I was like, why do you have the Christmas stuff on it? Did you label them and name them Christmas stuff? He's like, yeah. I was like, it's not seasonal. You made it seasonal. It's not seasonal. So all you have to do, you could take the same product, rename it something else, and you could sell it throughout a whole year. She went and did that, and her sales just went crazy. Sometimes we kind of be stuck in our mind just because we feel like this is what works for this. But no, we could actually change things around. The same product you have, you could change it around and still make more money, because now you tested different phases and you can still, oh, this even works and give me better profit as compared to doing this angle. And that's exactly what you did. And that's, you know, if you would talk about that to other people and kind of explain that a little bit, you know, taking the information and it kind of fusing into your business to make it your own, to actually provide more value to your audiences. Tell me a little bit more. Can you kind of emphasize on that? What made you actually even do that, apart from just going through the product research?
You're talking about putting the particular design on that hoodie?
Right. Why didn't you design a new thing than just going to use the old one?
So it's like, I'm gonna tell you. So when I talk with any of you guys or anybody that's giving me information, a lot of times, even if I can't really see what it looked like, I put it on the table of my mind, right? So I remember you was telling me on a call, you said that when you was talking about like doing the what's it called? The spreadsheets, right? Product research and stuff like that. And also testing to find out which one, because we kind of had an idea which was our best sellers, but then you was like, okay, let's find out which one is the one. You know what I'm saying? And I remember you always saying it only takes one to really actually move everything else. Like, it's going to be the driving thing. And at that point in time, it was something different. It was a different product. But we noticed that one, the one that the hoodie that the design that we put on the hoodie, that one was actually like starting to peak. And you know, I just remember what you said, like, yo, you know, this, when you find your winner, that's what we need to focus on. You know what I mean? Because we had calls and I was talking about, okay, what about this? What about you? Like, wait, this is the one right here. Let's do this. So that was the thought process behind it. And you know, like Spence say all the time too, you know, trust your numbers. Look at the numbers. The numbers is going to tell you what is winning. You know what I mean? Like up to this minute, she'll tell you that's still our bestseller right now, literally. So now we putting it on t-shirts and it's still number one. You know what I'm saying? So it's
now it's time to put on the hats.
Right, right. Yeah.
The hood.
Hoodie.
Now we're going to the hats now.
Yeah.
You know, that's the next thing to do. Because now I bet you someone may not want the t-shirt stuff, but they may rock the hat. So now scaling.
Yeah.
Scaling is not just only you went from t-shirt to hoodie to now to hat. This is it. You scaling up. Now this is amazing, man. You taking this information and implementing it, it's everything. And like you just said, I think the same thing someone said last time on the call, not just focusing on everything. We kind of have the tendency of trying to sell everything. Even when customers is pointing like, this is what we want. Guys, we over here just to basically find what is selling to actually feed these people more. So don't make the process hard, make it easy. The moment you see what is selling, you take it and you ran with it. That's the goal here. right? Because that is going to be the main source of driver into your website, and they happen to buy other stuff. Because if people want more of this, why would I waste my time and try to do other stuff, right? You don't need everything to sell at one time. You need one particular product that will make you the most money. And I can guarantee you, if you look at your numbers, that product have actually contributed to the majority of the numbers, right? Through the process, if you find something that's already giving you that same speed, same type of selling ability, now I could take that and I have two products I'm not pushing because those two products are doing good, even though I'm not running ads to it. Being able to identify that could help your business grow to the different level. Scaling is more important because I find something is working. That's what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people focus on bringing in new stuff. Hey, I'm doing a new design. My new design is this. Yes, I'm not saying don't do a new design. I think me and you, we talked about it. You could have maybe a certain percentage of you having a campaign of testing new designs all the time. But you want to make sure majority part of your stake, your money, is going into what it's basically selling, because that's what is going to keep the business afloat. The lowest amount of percentage is going to test it new because I'm not even sure which one is going to do good. I'm not even sure which one the customers is going to pick. So I have a system that I'm basically going through. I have what is selling, but I still have something coming in little by little, just trying to see which one is working. That is the best way. But majority of the time, people don't see it that way. A lot of people kind of want to focus on what they want to give, number one. And a lot of people want to focus on just bringing new. Even if they have a product sold out, they don't want to restock because they feel like, oh, I want to give something new to my audiences.
Let's drop this gem we always give everyone in the mentorship or any of our mentorships and anyone who's been on our calls. So because some people are watching live on Facebook and they're not even in our community at all.
Before you drop that, let me say one thing, right? Really quick, because I'll probably forget. When you start to do that in terms of focusing on, feeding my customers, right? Now remember, those customers are in your ecosystem. Right. So focusing on prospecting customers, people that don't know you, because that same product you're selling right now, I could resell other products on my store to the people that's already in my ecosystem. But continuing bringing people, scaling to double the amount of people in my ecosystem leads to a longer way. All right, let's go.
Okay. Most people probably might have heard about the 80-20 rule in different formats. And that's one of the things we teach heavily. And Raoul, you can bear witness to that, and tell me if I'm lying or not. And what do you understand by the 80-20 principle before I give my explanation of that? When we talk about 80-20 rule, what do we always say about the 80-20 rule?
The 80-20 rule is where 80% goes into what is selling, your best sellers or whatever it is that's driving the sales. And that 20% is for testing. That's your testing money. You see what I'm saying? Or your testing pool. So Absolutely. Basically, you want majority of your funds going towards what's driving the business.
Absolutely. So if you did not write that down, write it right now. The 80-20 rule is very important because now you get to still focus on what is driving the revenue. And now you never know, that 20% could help you discover something else that goes into that next pool of the 80%. Mm-hmm. And Reese, you always say this, like, every product has its life cycle, which is part of why we talk about looking at Google Trends. Your design is timeless, but the thing you put it on has its cycles. The hoodies are not going to sell as much in the summer. Sometimes they do, but we know in the winter there's a big peak. So that is where knowing the trends and also putting that 80% into what is working already is very important. So this is very important for everybody listening. Write it down, let it sink in. If you want to gain more information about how to do this 80-20 rule thing properly, you know what to do. Get with us and we'll get you right. All right, let's go ahead, Reese.
All right, so now Raoul hit those numbers. You went from implementing everything, focusing on your bestseller, applying the 80-20 rule, getting those sales to come in. Now, the tradition that we always do.
Let's
go. Could be the numbers that you kind of...
I was about to say you should start loading up the numbers because that's so right. People can. That's right.
People could see that this is not, one of our homies, and we just call like, hey, jump on a call and say, And Raoul, I want to talk about trust. Yeah. Because you kind of said like you kind of gave up into buying courses and programs, and your wife even pushed you, even with that level. was it because of the information that you learned from the beginning phase of the $97 course, or that made you wanted to actually move up into the inner circle, or what kind of made you kind of do that? I think we talked about it, but I'm talking on a trust level.
On the
Because
trust
it's hard,
level,
yeah.
I'm gonna be extremely like plain with it. What I noticed is from me doing the course and, you know, also, you know, watching the live streams and stuff like that, what I'm a person, I'm pretty good on discerning people. And what I got from it, because again, I was skeptical before, and she's like, okay, let's do it. And when I did it, I was like, okay, what I realized is that it didn't seem like you guys were holding back on putting us up on game, like for real. And that right there was like, that you gained my trust right there. Cause I was like, okay, they really trying to put us on. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get put on. So here I am, you know what I mean? So yeah, so when it came the opportunity, and you know, Spender tell you, Risa tell you, you know, anybody, let me know if I'm telling, she'll tell you. When it came to the mentorship and we was like, yo, we gonna do it, it was a no-brainer. It was an investment that made sense. And we did it, it was off top. You know, put the whole thing down. How much? All right, here you go. Let's do it. Shoot, we get an extra money on top of it. That was the deal at the time. We're gonna take that. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So we was looking to win. So we took all of that. You know what I mean? We seized the opportunity and jumped on it. And I know a lot of times the way I look at investing in business, in your business or in yourself right now is completely different from when I first started doing a business. People look at, oh, it's this much or it's that much, but you're not looking at what is going on if you actually do what they're telling you to do. Like now listen, I'm a course guy now, like completely, bro. Like she'll tell you, I got courses waiting for me to take right now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I understand how important it is to have guidance. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. It's very important. It's like
Why is that important, please? Can you expand on that?
it's important because the learning curve, first and foremost, you cut down the time of that you'll be wasting. Let me not really say wasting, because you can't really waste time if you're trying to learn a skill set. But the thing about it is, when you surround yourself around people, like I went to the mastermind you guys held. I want to go to the next one. I don't even know when it is, but my mind is already there. I'm bringing that up because those kind of things are the stuff that you realize how important it is to be around people of like minds. That's first and foremost, but also people that have the same initiatives, ambitions, and at the same time have done it already. Like when I see you guys, I appreciate you. Risa tell you when I was when I seen you guys in Vegas, I was standing next to Reese like, yo, I'm pretty much trying to pick his brain. Yo, you too, man. I'm like, Tony, I'm like, yo, listen, guys, talk to me, man. Like, give me something, you know what I mean? Like it's a real thing, man. It's no joke. And invest in yourself. If you don't do it, nobody gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? One of the dopest quotes that I came across is nobody's coming. As simple as that sounds, it's deep. Nobody coming to do your business for you. Nobody coming to take care of you for you. Nobody's coming. So I think when we realize that, and you see the benefits that comes from actually jumping on it and taking, grabbing the bull by the horns and making something shake, it hit different, man. Nobody's coming to do it for you. You know what I mean? But investing in your business, if you believe in your business and you believe that this is something that you're gonna do, it makes all the sense in the world. What I paid for the mentorship, I made that back several
Only
times
that?
over.
Man, but we need to send you a balance sheet of $100,000.
For the $100 one.
Yeah.
Raoul owes he owes $1,900 now. Raoul owes us $1,900 now.
Take that back, you're gonna make it back, especially if you're taking it serious. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And you leave with a skill set. Like
I do.
once you once you learn something, nobody can really take that from you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And I have a question for you. When you came to Vegas, when we did the event, it was you had just jumped in a program not long.
Mhm.
You had asked me a question. I don't know if you asked Span the same question.
Huh.
Yo, what's the secret sauce, man? I need yo, bro. I came all over here. I need secret sauce. What's the secret sauce? Right? And I remember telling you that, bro. I tell you, there's no secret sauce. The secret sauce is just doing the things that you're doing.
No one is coming. That's the
Knowing when
secret.
it's coming,
No
right?
way.
Doing what you have to do, showing up this call, applying all these things. There's no magicness to this than doing the work.
Right.
How did that? Like I remember walking out of the, coming out of the back door and bro just meeting me. I'm like, oh, yo, what's this? Tell us a little bit. Is there any secret sauce without even doing the work?
Nah. That is the secret sauce. The secret sauce is showing up and actually doing what.
You know the crazy thing? I've been waiting for this moment. I just wanted. I could see it in your face. It's like, oh man, I need that secret sauce, man. I need what it's like. It's like you looking for okay, this and I said everything. The whole cloud's just changed and Raoul is just, but you didn't. You probably didn't even like how I put it. Like, man, it's like, man, this was.
I appreciate it, bro. Like I'm a straight shooter, so I like straight shooters. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Right?
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to ask you.
Yeah.
Raoul, what's the secret sauce?
Secret sauce is showing up and actually doing it. That's don't skip no steps. That's the secret sauce. Man, they got the recipe, whatever ingredients they say, just do it, man.
Man, listen, you don't know, bro. I've been waiting. This. Not on everything I love. I've been waiting to ask you this so bad. I was like, now that Raoul's at this level, I want to find out. If Raoul got a secret sauce, to make things easier for everybody here, just to, use it. But man, I appreciate you, man. Coming in, you was hungry, coming in and doing, taking everything, doing and then kind of implement, putting up work. It's not just because, like I said, you're doing what needs to be done to get you to that level, and you out here now, man. This is beautiful, bro. All right, now let's show these people some numbers a little bit. Who's loading the numbers now?
So let me see.
And while Raoul loads up the numbers, or where you guys pull this up, I wanted to highlight a few things I was taking down in my notes. You could tell that Raoul and Breonna, of course, you two wanted it. Like, you wanted it. There's this saying, how bad do you want it? Because I remember in Vegas, while you were talking, I remember Raoul coming up to me like, man, Spain, I need the manuals. I'm like, bro, there are no manuals.
So I got the secret and you got the manual.
The manual. Is there a way to get mad? I was like, no, maybe something we can add. It's like, but that would be good. I want to have this knowledge. But one thing, the underlying thing there is he wanted it. He wanted it. You were not the only one there, but I can tell you, you're one of the few people that asked us those deep questions, going out hey, what can I do more? What is the secret sauce? Where is the manual? Where is the this? Where is the that? And initially I was like, man, this guy is going to be trouble. But at the same time, I'm like, I like how hungry you're ready for this. He wants it. And that work ethic really showed up. And the quote you just said, no one is coming. It's like, no one is coming. That resonated with me, especially just with my background, military. Imagine you as a soldier stranded somewhere. No one is coming. You have to fight your way. So it hit me. Like when you said it, I was like, man, that's a good quote. I like it. No one is coming. It's all on you. So the work ethic you guys put in definitely you deserve where you are right now. And I'm not saying that everybody else is not putting in the work. Yes, the amount of work we have to do is going to be different.
You have to be hungry. And that reminds me of myself. When I first started, I was hungry. I was going days without sleeping because I wanted to learn what's next. I was so obsessed with it. I got into 3 car accidents, not falling asleep behind the wheel, which is not healthy because I would sleep at night. I would study the whole day and all night and probably get like a couple of hours, maybe an hour or 2 or 3 sleep, and I'm up to the next thing. And I'll be honest with you, it's the obsession. Once you become obsessed with it, your obsession was finding out what works. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. You know, you kind of came like, I want this. So whatever it takes, however I'm going to have to do it, let me ask the people that have already been through that process and find out if it's anything that could help me to speed up my process. That's all that we want. Mm-hmm. I was the same person. I'm tested. I'm learning from different people. I'm learning from here. I'm figuring out, okay, I'm trying to test it and figure it out. That's how obsessed it became obsession. And my obsession is what got me and spin. And his obsession has got us to the level that we are. A lot of the time, people want it, but they don't want it as bad as they're supposed to want it. You understand what I mean? It's not as important to them. Mm-hmm. They probably believe someone is coming, like you just said, but nobody coming. Right. You have to do things yourself. You have to figure things yourself. You could go learn it, and someone could tell you, but if you're not applying it, if you're not implementing these things in your business is not going to wake up one day and just feel lucky to actually things start running for you without you having to do the work, without you having to set up your SMS, without having to set up your email, without having to even create your ad. Doing creatives, you came in with a different website and you left with a different website. A different mindset, understanding things. These are the things that a lot of people don't kind of see, but that's what contributes. And everybody kind of projects to what? My ads.
I wanted to like, okay,
wait,
go ahead. Okay.
Raoul, yeah. I want you to tell me if it was only the ad that contributed to your success that you're about to show us a number, or majority part of the things that you did outside of ad account. Because that's like being the most thing. Everybody want to run ads. Tell me, before transiting to an ad, what was the things that you guys did? Yeah, both did. Because it's not only you, it's both of you guys putting it together.
Yeah. So you're 1,000% right. It's not just the ads. You know, one of the coolest things is that we thought our website was popping. You know,
say it one more time. Say it one more time.
We thought our website was it. You know what I mean? And we had to destroy and rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like literally that, you know, this is the website lady right here. We had a website that was doing, now we're going to change that up. You know, we're going to take better photos. Here's the dimensions. We need this dimension on your website. We need the format like this. But I like it here. Nah, that ain't it, bro. You know, basically, approaching it with no emotions, man, because it's not about that. One of the biggest things that I pulled from it too is you know, I remember both of y'all advocating for this, like, yo, listen, don't fall in love with anything that you got going on, because that's where you get stuck. Right? If you love this particular design so much that you can't let it go, even though it's driving your money down into the trash can, you're not realizing that you got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Try something else. You got to pivot. So that was big for me. You know what I mean? That's something I'll never forget. Like I don't fall in love with anything too much. Like, you know, the analytics is telescopic.
For Breonna, since you built the website, when Raoul came with the news, or I don't know if you were on the call when he was told to switch it up, and how did you feel? Was there any kind of like discomfort, like why I got to change this website? Did you feel?
I mean, I thought the website looked great, of course, so I designed it. But you know, when the tweaks that we had to make, it wasn't something like, oh my gosh. It was like I could see how it would make the website more appealing. Because it was just it was like the color, you know, purple is kind of our theme color, and I had it's my favorite color too. And I had a lot of purple on there, and they're like, you know, you need to take that off and make it black. And then once we changed it and stuff, I was like, wow, this looks so much better.
Night and day.
Yeah, it's amazing how it's just like you make the tweaks and then you realize like this actually is popping. So yeah.
There you go.
So go ahead.
What was the process of like taking constructive criticism for you? Can you like highlight that, both of you, like being on the call? Like, yeah.
So me personally, I'm a person in my life, like I invite that, you know what I'm saying? So that stuff don't, you know, hey, this don't change that. It don't look good. Okay. You know, I like to deal with accountability anyway. So like that kind of stuff is good for me. You know, same thing with her, you know, so it's, you know, it worked out. I mean, like I said, we came to you guys as a empty vessel, man. Even though I took a course before, I didn't come in like I knew what the heck was going on. You know what I'm saying?
It's different too. Like when you actually invest in something, you have to trust that the people that you are investing in to help you with you guys, that you know what you're talking about. So I don't see why anybody would really have pushback, and besides you're just being emotional about what you did on your own. But it's, what's the point of you paying money to get better?
Bam.
And you don't want to listen. That doesn't make sense. You might as well at least try it, you know, instead of pushing back on it. So that's what our mentality was. It's like, oh, they say, what's the harm in trying it? It's no harm in it. This is what we pay for to actually get advice. So to take it is the best thing you could do.
I remember one of the things with the website, because that's what we're talking about too at the same time. I remember one of the things with the website, I got off a call with Reese, and you was like, yo, okay, let's go and resize this picture and then let's put it on there and see. And when you did it, once we resized it, I was like, oh yeah. It hit different. It hits different because now you seeing it that stuff is, it
Like
matters.
you've seen it for the
Definitely.
first
Something
time.
as simple as resizing a picture.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look
You
at
know,
that.
and it's I'm gonna tell you, man, I think one of the best things about the mentorship, particularly with you two, is that you guys are you're in the crowd, if that makes sense. Like you guys are the main performers, but it's like you kind of body surfing in the crowd at the same time. Like you know what I mean? Like I had some conversations with Spin as like, you know, like family during conversations, you know what I'm saying? I could reach out to Reese and, you know, he'd pull up, all right, listen, I'll link up with you at this time. All right, cool. You guys are reachable. You know what I'm saying? That right there, for me, that was a lot. That's a lot for me. Because like you said, both of y'all said it. And I'm gonna say it too. And she'll probably say the same thing. I'm a, well, what is that kind of guy? Oh, okay. Well, why? You know what I'm saying? Because I need to know what makes it tick. That's why when I met Reese at the mastermind, there's reason I'm asking that question, because there's something, it's kind of like if you watch like sports, every player got this one move that can't be stopped. That's what make him tick. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan with the fadeaway, you're not blocking that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm trying to figure out what is it that just, you know, but yeah, man, I enjoy the whole grind, man. But y'all brothers is reachable, and that's something that is that counts for me.
That helped a lot, yeah.
Let's get that screenshot. Let's get that the result. Let's get the numbers.
Man, so that makes a lot of sense, because you know, being able to, you know, get help, not just only from the coaches, we're showing up on these calls and being able to, you know, a lot of the time you could buy mentorship and stuff like that, and they have like a success coach, and you don't actually get to meet the individual. You know, kind of sometimes it's not just a lot that we're gonna provide, but our presence alone just makes a lot of sense and kind of help other people to get to that level. And we kind of show, like you said, we're in the midst of the people, so we try to make sure, you know, we learn from you guys too, and you guys learn from us. It's not just the fact that, yes, we're doing these numbers, or we already have our businesses and doing certain numbers. We still also pay thousands of dollars, you know, also to get mentors to actually mentor us, to guide us to a certain level. Not on this level, like paying $150,000 to get mentored. That's what I'm talking about, right? Because we need to also stay, you know, we get to a level that we hit blocks too. It's like, man, where do we go from here? But having someone that is doing past the numbers that we're doing, someone that we're looking to look up to, and like, you know what, we want to do those type of numbers. That you want to have those people in your pocket to be able to communicate to, and be able to even pick up their ideas, their mind on certain things before you move on to the next phase. So that's very important. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And I'm happy to actually help you out a lot and give you clarity, you know, for you to move your business to this level. Now let's go. You've done $161,000 already. Let's see show us some numbers, man.
All right, so let me hear. It says disabled.
Oh, you're gonna share screen, all right? Now, 1 second. All right, you're good to go.
All right, so so this right here, can y'all see it?
Yep.
So this is before I joined the mentorship, right? In 2022, right?
2022.
This is what we did, or this was like organically because we weren't running no ads or nothing like that. So sparsely, you know what I mean?
Right.
We joined it on the 14th, August 14th. But even within.
So that was the first 7.5 months of last year.
Mhm.
And this is the last 4.5 months after joining the mentorship of last year.
You did $54,000.
Right. So keep in mind, this was actually even with stopping and going. This wasn't even fluently because when I first joined the mentorship, I still had, I had a couple things going on, and I was, I didn't dive right in because I wanted to make sure I could focus on it. But even in then, like you say, you got stuff that's gonna come, right? You got highs and you got lows. There was a point in time where
inventory problems and all of those.
inventory problems. I had a issue where my ad account was reporting twice. So then I had to kind of like stop for a minute and let it reset. So it was things going on, but I think I would have did it even more if it was just fluent. But those kind of things come. It's all a part of the territory. You know what I'm saying? So this was from August until December, right?
Oops.
Prior to this, we were doing anywhere close to probably like maybe before we joined the mentorship, probably like $3,000 to $5,000, right?
Right.
Oh, sorry, that's supposed to say August.
So April to August.
No, that's supposed to say August.
August 14th. So it changed 4 to 8. 0814. Yeah. 08. Yep. There we go. Then hit apply. 163,000.
And 11 months with you guys.
11 months. You done $63,000 in sales.
163. Man, you can't remove the
163,000. We have total order growth. You had 530% growth in orders. You also have
2,000 orders.
Yes, man, you have 472% also store session also growth. Your average order value $68, and growth in orders is a 521%.
500% growth. Man, type in the "let's go" people in the comment. Let's go get some.
And this is right.
Let's go from people in the comments. Let's go.
All right, and this is starting a business with $800 that someone probably would have went to the Prada shop and bought themselves, or went to the Gucci shop, or went to dinner, fancy dinner, but you invested at $800, and that $800 has gotten you guys to this level. Even though this is how much you've made, $163,000 with the Hustle Secret. Take me back to the whole time of you being in business on Shopify, real quick.
Okay. So we started, what was it? January 2021.
So $163,000 with us. Let's go back to before you started, like from.
Yeah, that 2021.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40,000 a year.
What you can do is just change the date to like 2020. That's just gonna go all the way from whenever you started.
You said 2020?
The first one.
First one. Yeah, just push it back the farthest possible. Just change the 2021 to 2020. And like whatever time you started is gonna just start from there. Start reading.
And now do 2023 here. 2023 here. No. Yep. We're not in December, so you're good. Apply. So you went from $800 in business, and this is not even including Etsy. And now you are a total of $227,000 in sales. Man,
Yeah.
Guys, you don't need $10,000 to start a business. You don't need $20,000 to start a business. You don't even need $5,000 to start a business. Raoul family literally just went ahead and invested $800, and that $800 has actually built up to $227,000 in sales. This is not even including Etsy.
Yeah.
With us, $163,000 in sales with us
11 months.
in 11 months. Man, guys, congratulations. You guys, this is an amazing story, man. This is an amazing story. Congratulations. Selling t-shirt, low ticket item, nothing too crazy, low ticket item. And look at it. Look at his numbers, man.
Over 100K this year, and we're only halfway through the year. So
This
that
year
means
already, 100K in sales already this year. So if you continue to keep pushing, you possibly do that $200,000 this year already.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing, man.